We're back in Mahogany Town. Hey everybody, it's the Fire Specialist here, and welcome back to more Pokemon Crystal. Last time, we had mic issues. But besides that, we took care of Team Rocket once and for all at the Goldenrod Radio Tower. And we found out a couple of new things actually about the Clear Bell and the 10 Tower Ecruteak. But along with that, we can now move forward to Route 44. And we have an immediate trainer battle. I'm winning for sure. And today we're going to continue on until we get to the next gym area actually. Psychic Phil, Dr. Phil. Hopefully my new mic works well. I will check the recording. That is for sure. But yeah, there are a couple of things we can do actually, but I think we're gonna press on with our adventure first. Circle back to some other story beats here in a little bit. Here's a Natu and a Kadabra though. Meganium definitely proving he is a powerhouse sometimes. With that body slam, a Gen 1 staple. But yeah, we don't really have that much to do besides coming from the Goldenrod stuff. Mom's calling us Mama. Hey Fire, how are you? We're shopping today, I saw us a double doll. Oh, your money. You know what, there's no real Pokemon in the previous town. Oh wait a minute, she bought a doll. That doesn't matter to us, we don't do stuff with the dolls. You have a burnt berry here though. Believe that cures burn? The oddness of the Generation 2 berries. No, it's self-cure for freezing. I'm just dumb. You're not gonna really encounter that, but it is kind of iconic that they put that here. Try and max repelled as well. This is a very interesting route, by the way. You can go up or you can go down. There is water here. You made me lose a Poliwag. What are you gonna do about it? This guy is the definition of offended. Fisherman Wilton with his Goldeen. One of the underpowered water types of Kanto. I've said it before. Never use a Goldeen, never use a Seeking. Probably will never use a Seeking in my life until it gets some type of evolution, probably into Seamaster, I guess. I have no idea what you would call it. Seeking is kind of a name that you would probably want to end on. Or buff Seeking and give us a middle stage between Goldeen and Seeking. Open up a Razor Leaf. Oh, Razor Leaf Flurry. I think last episode I talked about champions some. Yeah, well, let's discuss champions. I was hyped for this game for the longest time. I kind of knew you would have to do stuff in order to get like the items and stuff. Since you wouldn't, I'm saying and stuff a lot. English teachers would hate me right now. But yeah, you would have to do stuff. Good God. You have to do things to get the... That's probably no better. Do missions and tasks in order to get points. Kind of similar to, I think, how you would do in, like, Battle Revolution. I think you had to do tasks to get points, or maybe put in codes. I knew you could get, like, Electivire and Magmortar that way. Transfer them over to your Diamond and Pearl games. But I know that I thought you'd have to do that, and I kind of thought there'd be a single player mode, but it does not. It's kind of just competitive, which really stinks because I kind of felt like this was gonna be the new Stadium game. You know, maybe even a step above Battle Revolution. But it's not, it's strictly online play. You can transfer your own Pokemon, you can EV them and everything. It's not bad, but I mean, it's just, there's no real replayability, especially if you're in a rut like I am right now. I could not get past, funny enough, Ultra Rank 1. Kept getting brick walled by gimmick sets. I keep changing around my team and not really working out too well for me. I can tell you're a good trainer by looking at you. I'm good at Pokemon, so I can see that you are too. These two trainers down here, I am quite familiar with for some reason. I think this guy, if I recall correctly, I think he has like Charmeleon. Yeah, Charmeleon. I feel like starter Pokemon just kind of stand out some. Speaking of starter Pokemon, why did they have to change it to first partner Pokemon? It's always been, come pick up your starter Pokemon, especially in the anime. But I even think the anime has adapted the term first partner now. Or at least partner Pokemon. This is my partner Pikachu. You know, this is my partner Meganium. I mean, you can do that, but I kind of feel like in terms of the first Pokemon you pick, call it a starter. Meganium hit level 37 though, that's pretty good. We need to get the rest of our team leveled up. Let's go with Lapras, actually. Going around the back way, you're kind of not getting snuck up by them. You get to sneak up on them. They have really wide ranges of vision. Cool trainer Sybil has a Butterfree. Kinda glad I switched. Kinda sucks we don't have Ice Beam yet though. That's okay, we can go for a Surf. It might what? Confusion, Dust, Sleep Powder, Poison Powder, Stun Spore, Supersonic. Or Faint, I guess there's that. It can just go for a Faint. Which is a move in Gen 4 onwards, of course, Faint. And Blossom. Go for a Body Slam. We have 2 Body Slam users on the team. And we have a Thunder. Doesn't Alcadabra know Thunder Punch? Speaking of paralysis, that's exactly where I was going with this. We have tons of ways of causing paralysis. Which to me is probably a Solar Beam. There we go. And we take it out with a Body Slam. They took a chance, but it didn't work out for them. It would have worked out if they definitely got to make contact though. Nope, this won't do it all. And is that it for everyone? Nope, there's one more funny person. I fish until I can't anymore. I also battle till I drop. That's my relationship with my Pokemon. He doesn't shop till you drop, he battles till he drops. We can probably win this war of attrition here with Body Slams. Remoraid! One of my favorite Johto water lines. Funny enough, I don't like Goldeen. I missed it right there. Hit the A button back. It's okay. They won't do much. They don't have Border Seed in this game. But it's like, and we still one shot. I think Remoraid evolves at 25 though. We should have an Octillery. And that's exactly why I like Remoraid. It evolves the Octillery, which gets a wide, you know what, we'll surf again. It gets a wide variety of moves. It gets Flamethrower and Fire Blast, shown off by Harley's Octillery in the Pokemon anime, actually. Gets water moves, of course, ice moves. It even gets moves like Energy Ball and Bullet Seed. It gets a Sludge Bomb and Gunk Shot. It's good. It's special with Octazooka, though, is not the best. We'll come back around here though and go ahead and use Surf, because this is where you find the grass of the route. Kinda interesting that it's behind Surf, but I'll take it. Funny enough, Poliwag almost max Revive. Poliwag almost made the team actually. Being a pretty good evolution into Poliwhirl, getting water and ice moves, Hypnosis access early on. And of course evolving into a... Oh, this is where you can get yourself a Licky Tongue. Not the best Pokemon, I would say. It does not evolve in this game, and its stats are just kind of lackluster. It is a normal type, and it's got some bulk to it, but for a late game edition, I wouldn't recommend it. I also believe I want to see if you can find Tangela here. Yeah, this is where you can find Tangela. The only, well, besides Blossom, but the only pure grass type in Generation 1, actually. So if you don't want Blossom and you would like a pure grass type that's not tied to the poison typing, which is very prominent, you can capture yourself a Tangela here. It's not that bad, despite also not evolving in this game. Yeah, both Tangela and Lickitung can evolve into Licky Licky and Tangrowth in Generation 4, but unfortunately not in Generation 2. And Lapras hit level 35. Alright, back to the end of the route here. There is but one trainer left. Do you know about the legendary bird Pokemon? Yeah, we may have had a scuffle with them in a previous adventure. Birdkeeper Vance. Vance Refrigeration? Look at that. Funny enough, I just now realized this. His name is Vance. He's a bird keeper. And Vance rhymes with another very powerful bird keeper, if you know what I mean. We'll go with the Surf. We don't have an ice move yet. I was kind of hoping we would get an ice move here soon. So kind of need to focus on Lapras. You will know why we need to focus on ice move, but hopefully we get it. I know in later gens it already would have had it, but that just happens. Pidgeotto. Pidgeotto is probably the more iconic normal flying type, but it's definitely on the bottom end of powerful normal flying type. And you got Pharaoh and Dodrio to attend with. And Birdkeeper Advance from Vance Refrigeration is defeated. Ooh, you hot stuff. Get 600. Yeah. And we have Ice Path. Let's go inside with our own ice type. Definitely looks a lot better than whatever it's called. Gold and Silver's Ice Path. Do we happen to have any repels? We do. And we can talk a little bit about Ice Path. The next gym would be a good time to capture yourself an ice type. If you want one, this is a good chance to do it. You have the Lapras that we always show off and we're using. But we also got Pokemon in here like Swinub. Swinub is an ice and ground type. It is a more physical attacker, but it still wouldn't be. I haven't done this puzzle in a while. It's like muscle memory. It's like muscle memory. And we find HM07. Yeah, another HM. This is Waterfall. Unfortunately, we're probably gonna have to teach this to Lapras at some point. Which, it's just an inferior, surf because all moves are special. All water moves are special, I mean. Repel wears off on the ice? Interesting. But yeah, Swinub though is an ice and ground type. It would be a Pilot Swine by the time you challenge the gym leader if you grind it up. It can use ice moves like Powder Snow and Icy Wind, so I mean, it's an option if you're gonna struggle. We have Strength, I hope. But the funny thing though, not really funny, but the kind of disappointing thing, you can't capture Sneasel in here. They moved it to a very late game location, unfortunately. So another Dark type you can add to your team is just not here. But in this room though, there are strength puzzles. You gotta push 4 rocks underneath, 4 rocks into these holes. You gotta start the first one. We will go ahead and skip around to these other ones being done as well. They're not that hard. Two rocks down. Three rocks down. And the last one should be up here. If you ever need to reset the rocks to a mistake that you cannot fix, there is a ladder over here to the right, you can go down and up, and you'll be fine. Or you can, of course, fall into the hole. I believe there are also Golbat here, so if you need to do some type of training, there's that as well. This one, you gotta zigzag all over the dang place. I remember on the playground growing up, there used to be a rumor, obviously fake rumor, but it's not true. You can find crystal onyx in here, because some of these things look like crystal onyx boulders. Even though they're ice, not crystal, but... And here we go, another floor right here. We're not gonna pop on the rappel just yet. This is why you need the rocks. You can get to the middle here, claim this full hill. And I believe there's some other stuff here as well. Yes, there is. Ice Hill. Max Potion. I was thinking Max Potion. I mean, I'm never going to buy a Max Potion, so there's that. Max Potion, like, a Hyper Potion, which is the step before, it heals 200 hit points. Max Potion is a complete heal. Full Restore is a complete heal, plus the... Oh, we have Rock Smash, don't we? We do not. I think we got rid of that for Slash. So we have to go the long way. What do we find? And there's Swinub. So yeah, you can indeed find Swinub down here. Level 24, not too bad. We'll take some... oh, it has Endure. Really? We're gonna do this. We're going to Endure. Endure is a move that lets you survive any move of 1 hit point. And I think that's including multi-hit moves. There we go. So yeah, you can get Swinub down here. It's Ice and Ground type. I think it might get the Dig TM. If not, you might have to rely on Earthquake and Ice Beam, which is post-game. Is this the name of Melt Ice? It is! This is a held item that powers up Ice-type moves by 10%. So our Ice Punches will do an additional 7 points worth of damage in terms of base power. And here's Golbat. If you haven't added a Zubat to your team and you really want one and somehow you haven't found one. Alright, we'll go on through here. We are almost done here. You'll notice there's no trainers or anything like that. And do I go down here? Yeah, here we go. TM44. This is a good TM if you have a bulky Pokemon without any good form of recovery, because TM44 is Rest. It will completely heal you up, but you will be asleep for 2 turns. Alright, I had to pop on the repair real quick because there are a few extra rooms in here. Another sliding puzzle though. You've done it once, you've done it 1,000 times. However, we need... No, we don't need something over here. Okay, so we gotta go back then and quickly... What's down here? Is it like a protein or something? Iron! I was kind of close. That raises, of course, defense. Then you gotta go through all this stuff again. No, it's not too bad though. Once you've done it before, and you've done it for years, it's not that bad. Come up here and grab this. Here's the protein. That of course will boost your attack. And now... Calcium. PP up. I hate limited bag space. At least Gen 2 does a bit better. Gen 3 does a bit better with it. They kind of always improve on that. Nothing here? Alright. But that's it. Welcome to Blackthorn City. Wow, you came through the ice path? You must be a real hotshot trainer. Thank you. Yeah, this is Blackthorn, home of our 8th and final Johto League gym battle. And you know what? It's not that much of a town. I say we go through it. We'll go through it real quick so the next episode will be our gym battle. Welcome, how may I help you? This is the Pokemon Mart. We do have Great Balls and Ultra Balls here. Hyper Potion, Max Potion, which is very expensive. It's a little more than twice of a Hyper Potion. And you're never going to really even have more than 200 hit points until like probably the end game. Or after you've been playing for like weeks and you've already beaten the game weeks ago. Full Heal and Revive and Max Repel. This is probably the best Pokemon multi you will come across. We have the area down here. Oh yes, I'm the move the leader. Finally, he was not in Generation 1, but this is where you can forget your HMs. We will be needing to use him because I just remembered we're going to have to teach a couple of undesirables. Come in here. A clan of trainers who can freely command dragons that are right here in Blackthorn. As a result, there are many legends about dragons in this town. I wonder if this is the inspiration for Village of Dragons in Unova. We don't get to see that in the Unova games, but it is in the anime. Talk about Clan of Dragon users. It's Sunday in my real life right now, so no one is here, unfortunately. There's a guy that will give you an item there on Saturdays. This person though. Dragonair is cute, but I don't have it. Do you have a female Dragonair? Want to trade it for my Dodrio? This is a trade I will not be doing because it is a pain. You have to trade her a female Dragonair, so if you train up with Dratini, it's gotta be at least level 30. And with the level curve, that might be a little bit hard. And Dodrio, despite it being not catchable yet, it's not worth it. You can catch it in a little bit still. And yeah, that's the town. There's not much. We go back around here and here's the gym. Blackthorn City Pokemon Gym Leader Claire, the blessed user of Dragon Pokemon. Claire, our gym leader, is waiting for you. However, it would be impossible for you to run a remote trainer to win. Well, good thing is we're not just your basic run-of-the-mill trainer, are we? We are the main character in our journey. So yeah, next time on Pokemon Crystal, we're gonna explore the Pokemon Gym. And step down here first. It's gonna be controversial, but I'll explain next episode. See you guys then.